everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we did it. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I have my beautiful TikTok friend, Carol Lynch, with us today. And we were just chatting, lost track of time. And we were talking about, I'm going to share this and it's going to make you a little uncomfortable, but I think it's beautiful.
I live in discomfort.
We were just talking about how Carol hasn't quite claimed an expertise yet. And so for her to come on and talk with me was very nerve-wracking because I've had lots of experts and coaches. And I just thought that was so beautiful because your story is that powerful. You are the expert of your story. You are the expert of your experiences. And whether you want to admit it or not, it's true. So
it's a great way of putting that, actually. So now I feel better about everything.
That just came out like...
Right. I'm the expert on me and my story, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're not.
No.
So that makes me an expert on something.
You are. You're the expert here, my love. So can you tell our beautiful people here about you and...
Okay, so Miss Justine, I been in corporate world since I graduated high school. So I work literally for a major toy company, and I am an executive assistant. And so it's pretty tight and wrapped up. And I've been doing this since I was 18 years old, and I'm older than that now. So now I'm 55. You do the math. So I've been in the corporate world for that long, and it has suited me because I'm a pleaser. Like, I'm good at my job, but it helps that I go out of my way to please people, and I sort of get the feedback that, look, I'm a good person because I've done this job well and I've done that job well. And recently I saw this gift box company, and I was immediately drawn to this gift box, and simply because it was so simple and full in its presentation and its ability to bring somebody a smile. And I'm like, I have to do this. I didn't know how I was going to do it. My husband runs a nonprofit. Okay. So he employs young adults with developmental disabilities, and he runs a print shop and a bakery. And so I could add the printed items, the mugs and things like that to the gift boxes, and I could have some of the baked goods. So why don't I start a gift box company that features products from nonprofits, minority-owned businesses, and women-owned businesses, right? I'm like, okay, I can do that. And I just jumped right in. Didn't know what I was doing. Still don't know what I'm doing. But it spoke to me. And then it was like, well, maybe this is my way out of the corporate world. Maybe this is how I can own my own story, like drive my life in the direction I want to go instead of being a passenger. I've always just been a passenger. Whatever happens to me, it happens to me, and that's my life. And so for the first time, outside of marrying my husband, which was not forced, I actually love him and he's a great man. And it took me a long time to get married. Like, I was 39 when I got married. I was 41 when I had my son. So outside of those two things, nothing has felt like a choice of mine. Everything has felt like it's what I've been handed. And I'm not complaining.
Right.
Mind you, I've made the best of it. I'm a happy person. I can have fun in a barrel. Like, really, I have a great sense of humor. And my life has probably created that a little bit. But now is the opportunity for me. And Justine, I saw you on TikTok, and I'm telling you, the universe works in mysterious ways. And I saw you on TikTok, and you just lit me up. It's like you were unapologetic, truly unapologetic, authentic. Like, I could cry.
Oh,
because no, it was you were that powerful in that moment for me. You were unapologetic, authentic, and just out there. And you're like, I'm doing this. And I was like, well, if Justine can do it, maybe I can do it.
Yeah.
And so I've been running the business since October. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm succeeding in that I'm not losing customers.
That's amazing.
And I'm learning along the way. And I ask when I have to ask, although asking for help is really hard for me.
Yeah.
And so here I am, starting a business, 55 years old, loving every second of it, afraid, uncomfortable. But that's okay. This is the first time I've actually been so motivated to create my own path.
That's my story. I've got goosebumps.
and I'm sticking to it.
It's it's so what really struck me was my whole life except for these two things, I haven't made the decision.
That's right. It's the truth.
And so many people do that. And we all fall into that. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real. But to look at your life and be like, I'm happy, but
Mhm.
what could have happened if I did this?
Well, yes. And what do you, I've never known how to answer the question, well, if you could do anything, what would you do? And what's your dream? I've never had a dream. And I don't say that to be flip or anything. No, really. I've never had one. I mean, I dreamed of a household that was stable and not full of chaos
Hmm.
as a child because it was chaotic and unstable and awful. And I have that today. Now, that wasn't a dream I consciously chased, but it's a dream that's come to fruition.
Hmm.
So if somebody said to me, do you have a dream? I'd be like, to be a teen idol, but I guess I'm a little late on that.
You could.
Right?
You could. I mean,
I mean, I guess I could.
we could get you on something, I'm sure.
Me and Leif Garrett like that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to
It
be a teen idol.
it's did your mom, do you mind me asking, was your mom always
No,
like just going with whatever someone told her to do?
so let's get into the real good stuff, shall we?
If you want to.
Yes. I mean, I don't mind. Like,
Okay.
it's easy for me to be authentic. Like,
Okay.
that's the easiest thing. The hardest thing for me is to pretend. Like, I can't pretend to be anything I'm not
That's the
because I
hardest part.
don't do that. I don't do that well. My mother left when I was 2. She didn't
Okay.
want her children. So there were 4 of us, and she left when I have a twin. She left when we were 2. So
Wow.
yeah, I would visit her when on occasion, but she didn't want to be a mother.
Okay.
So I lived with my father and my stepmother.
All right. Was your stepmother like very passive?
My stepmother was drink a lot of beer. I know. I mean, how this is the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just the truth. She drank a lot of alcohol, and so that my mother and my stepfather divorced when I was 11. No, my
Okay.
stepmother and my father. Sorry, my father and my stepmother divorced when I was 11, and she left and took 3 kids because there was 2 steps and a half, and then so it ended up being my father, myself, and then my 3 siblings, and then one of my siblings killed herself.
Wow.
So
I'm so sorry.
thank you. I mean, everybody has a story, right?
Everyone does have a story.
Right. And so then it was my father, my older sister, and my twin and I. And then the older sister went crazy and went to boarding school or no, juvie, not boarding school. That's boarding school for wealthy people. She went to juvie all. So it was a rough go,
Yeah.
in the beginning. And so I stayed quiet and pleased. Like that's where I learned my pleasing issues. It's like, well, I can't rock this boat because it's capsizing.
Yes.
So I was the quiet, good child. And I didn't make a wave. I didn't make a sound because that would upset the boat even more.
Right. Yes.
Mhm. So I can look back, I can see where it all started. And that's important.
It is.
I know why I know why instinctively I do what I do
Right.
and why I've always taken the path of, well, this is what's in front of me and this is what I take.
Yep. And we're we're
We're
all
all
we're all conditioned in some shape, way, or form.
that's right.
But
That's right. So that's my conditioning.
what's beautiful though is we have the power ourselves to switch that perspective. We have the power to take the crap and make it our superpower. And that's what's really beautiful. And I know that's what's going to come of your story because just talking with you for 10 minutes prior to this,
Yep.
like you can feel the passion, you know the
Yes.
feeling, you know that the work needs to be done. It's just
Yes. It's time.
but and doing
Yeah.
corporate, like that's scary to think to leave, right?
Well, there's
What
a
if
lot of security in it.
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a paycheck every week, and I'm the health insurance for the family,
Yes.
and yeah, and oh my God, the thought of just walking away from all that just lights me up. And I'm not giving myself a year. I'm giving myself like 2 to 3 years to just understand what I'm doing and feel good enough about going, but I'm going. And I'm, and I'm opening up to, I'm open to the growth that is required and happening. And I feel excited and, you know, renewed and hopeful and positive. No matter what I tell myself in
Right.
my 100 times a day, I'm learning a new reality. You know what they say, the longest road you'll ever travel is the one from your head to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's the greatest saying I've ever heard because my heart knows what it wants. My head is, always sometimes they're like going, no, you can't. Don't rock the boat. Don't speak up. Don't, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's,
where I'm living.
and that's okay because you're exactly where
Well, it
you need
has,
to be right
that's
now.
exactly right. That's right. And so I'm
And
the expert on me today.
right, right. Exactly. And
Perfectly flawed.
you are perfectly flawed.
Aren't we all? Yeah.
Being perfect just makes me want to like, ugh, like the thought, how much pressure is that? You know? And what you
Well,
learn when you fail, when you make mistakes, when you take the wrong path. Whoop, whoop, I'm not going to do that again, you know?
right. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I make a wrong turn or when I make a mistake, Justine, because I'm perfect, right? I don't speak up. I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
well, it is okay. And I'm learning that more than anything for the first time, really, in my life.
Yeah.
I'm learning it's okay to be just who you are today in this space. I am perfectly me today, and that's okay. Honestly, I couldn't have owned that 6 months ago.
That's
I
awesome.
really couldn't have. Yeah. And I'm owning it. And I was talking to my husband about doing this when I signed up, so bravely. And I'm like, honey, they all have this story. And, they all have these. She asked me for my bio. I don't have a bio.
I laughed so hard. I'm like,
What's
bio,
my
what's
bio?
that?
I'm like, bio. Oh my God. I was born in Virginia. No, that's not. And then it dawned on me, and I even took notes on my iPhone. It's like my story is that I'm right where I am today, and that is uncomfortable and unsure and more sure than ever. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah.
having the path not paved for us,
Mhm. Mhm.
it all comes up to fruition when we start making decisions for ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a great way of looking at it. The path was not paved for me. And there are other people doing gift box businesses. I know because I find them all. Oh, your story, your spirit, your journey. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to read your
No, read it.
that.
It's there
Thank
for you to
you.
read.
Your story, your spirit, your journey is your bio. Well, thank you. I work in corporate world where these bios are, as long as my arm about their accomplishments and their degrees. And I'm like, that's when you say bio, I'm like, oh, a headshot with talking about my thesis.
Yeah. No, we
Oh
don't want
no.
any theses here.
And so my husband, I had an aha moment, Justine, when I signed up to be on here, is because I'm like, that's my story. My story is that I'm living in this discomfort zone that I've never known before. And I'm wallowing in the discomfort. Like I'm putting on the coat of discomfort, like it's something that I'm supposed to do every morning. And I've been comfortable for 30 plus years, and I'm now ready to be uncomfortable.
Right.
Sometimes I want to be comfortable when I
Well,
go to bed.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes.
And it's always terrifying. The
Yeah.
thought of doing something
Yes.
out of the known is like, oh
Yep.
my God, this is gonna go one of two ways.
Yep.
And my luck is probably gonna go this way.
Do
But
you know what? On purpose, did not send out, and I'm owning my shit right here. Can I say shit?
yeah, say whatever
I'm
you want.
owning it. I was going to send a link out for my two, my couple of really close friends that I trust with me
Yeah,
inside. The link to this, I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I'm going
yeah,
to wait for the playback just to make sure I didn't say anything stupid. I mean, like, I'm still there,
yeah. And that, yeah.
and that's
It's like
okay.
your first live.
It's my first everything, Justine.
Holy guacamole, sister.
It's my first everything.
I am
It's
so
my
proud of you.
well,
I am so proud of you.
well, I'm proud of me. And I'm not going to give you all the credit, but I'm going to thank the universe for putting you in my path at this time, because you just you just spoke something to me when I saw you on the Tiki Talkie, and I was like, this she has something to say I need to listen to.
Well, I appreciate that. That's
Well,
why
so know that, yeah.
it's making a difference. And
Well,
it's like one person at a time. That's my focus. It's not the massive growth. It's not the viral. It's
well,
that one
right.
person hearing your story and being inspired, like, oh wait, I
Yep.
can do that too.
And the ripple effect it's created,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it will continue to create with my son and my
Right.
family. I mean, I have family who's, living much like me, the pleasing and afraid to step outside of their comfort. But maybe I can be that.
Yes. Can we talk a little bit about your gift boxes? This intrigued me.
Yes. Oh, I wish I
So,
had one here with me. Yeah.
so you get products from small business owners
Hmm.
and send them out to the family.
Whoever would. I'm sorry. So it's an online gift box. So anybody looking for a gift box to send for any occasion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, birthdays, holidays, things. Yeah. I started with Thanksgiving, and I started small, and I think I got one Thanksgiving order, but I literally TikToked my way to the mailbox when I got my one order. So I'm taking it slow. And then Christmas, I've done about probably, I don't know, 70.
Wow.
I know, but so much of those are the baked goods from my husband's nonprofit. I know, right? So it's promoting his nonprofit. And
Yes.
he printed Christmas mugs. So it's been so awesome. So it's called GracieGoods.com. Gracie Goods for the greater good. And I'll be launching new boxes, all occasion boxes after Christmas, because I had to get through Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'll be launching just boxes anybody can send to a loved one for whatever occasion.
Oh,
Yeah, and
and
it could
well,
be a Get Better box. It has tea from a woman-owned company with a mug from my husband's company, and it could be a candle from another company of a woman in Texas who owns a small candle making company. So they're all these, small business woman owned nonprofit organizations that we
that's
support.
beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, it feels so good.
Yes.
Feels so good. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be doing this. Like, it really speaks to me
Yeah.
since the day I started. Yeah. I
And
can't wait to curate new boxes. Yeah.
what sparked that? And
Well,
that
I
idea?
saw this. Yeah, sure. I saw this one company who's probably the competition now that I'm not going to say. And I saw her company like on Instagram or something. I was like, it just caught my eye. I was like, God, that is really awesome. I could do that. And I love processes. Like, I am a very process oriented person. I know what I want the outcome to be. So I love working backwards and figuring out the process to make that happen. So it just suited me, finding the companies that to put in the boxes and the shipping materials and the details. I loved the details. And so I saw this company and I was so inspired by what she was doing. And I said, well, I'm going to do this. And it was just a moment. I was like, I'm going to do this. And I told my best friend and my sister, and I said, in a week, I'm going to have a business. And in a week, I had the boxes, but not the business, because it's a whole lot of paperwork to a business.
Right.
So I was able to launch early October or end of October for Thanksgiving officially with my website. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into all this, as you know.
Yeah.
So, and it just felt right. There's no other way to describe it. This was what the business I wanted to be in. I wanted to promote these smaller companies. And of course, my husband's nonprofit. And I've worked with a couple more nonprofits that provide goods, which is not that easy to find.
Right.
And they'll be in some of my boxes as well. So I have everything ready to go to photograph after Christmas, and then we'll launch the new boxes at the beginning of January. And I'll always curate boxes. Like, I'll always be looking for the next woman-owned business or
Right.
the minority-owned business to put items into the boxes and tell their story along with my story.
I
And you
I
can send somebody
fueled.
a smile,
Yes.
cup of tea, and a candle. Like I have one box called Cookies by Candlelight.
Oh,
Who doesn't love that?
oh my gosh.
Yes,
Can I
please.
order them all? Can I just order them all and send them to myself?
No. No.
I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
maybe I'll even send you a little box because you're so
Oh, you don't
inspiring.
have to do that. But what a beautiful small businesses light my soul on fire. Like my Etsy account needs to be taken away because
Oh, you had said that once.
I keep ordering things.
Yep. This is from one of my little Etsy girls. I'm going to put her stuff in one of my boxes.
Oh, is that like a
It's just like a room spray, body spray. Yeah, it's going to be this is going to go in my take good care box of yourself,
yes,
right? Or somebody else
feel
or
good spray?
Etsy.
Oh,
Dangerous.
oh my
Yeah, I
God.
know. That's what I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. And you talking about it, I have goosebumps head to toe. And oh,
Thanks, Justine.
you are so welcome. You are
Thank
so
you.
welcome. And you have a website, right?
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna get that from you so I can put that in the show notes.
Okay.
And then and also in the comments. But when how is it for you balancing your
Hmm.
business and your corporate job and your family?
So I have what's I call my command central right here. So this is my personal business website and then my computer. And then over here I literally have, you can't see it, but I have a 20-inch monitor and another laptop that is my work. And so I'm a very good multitasker. Truly, I
Yeah.
can switch between, I can shift gears very quickly. So it's part of what makes me good at my job. So it's been awesome. And sometimes 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, I'm working on my website and my husband will come in and goes, look at you working on your job. Because it's unheard of for me to work that hard in my corporate job. Like not that hard, but like I don't, I put in the time and then I shut down.
Yeah.
This is just something I love doing. So I've not had a hard time balancing it. It comes naturally. I'm busy, but I don't mind. The weekends are filled with the business, my business.
Yeah.
It's either
I
that or
love
not.
that. I love that because no one admits to that. No one admits, like everyone's
Oh,
like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have
mm,
time to do this.
I have time.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Yeah,
too.
because you do a lot.
I do.
Yeah,
But it brings me joy.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I have the time. I mean, I do. And if one night I don't, I just don't.
Right.
Next I do. And I'm so proud of myself.
You should be.
Yeah, and that's part of it. It's just like I love every second of all of this. And
Well,
it's such an interesting time in my life.
it is. And I'm so glad that we connected. TikTok has been like the portal to bring me to the most amazing people. And each person impacts me in a different way, inspires me to be better in a different way. And
That's
it just,
awesome.
it's so powerful. And yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm so glad the universe brought us together.
Thank you, Miss Justine. Baroque,
Broker,
just
broker.
like broker. You just
It's
have an
supposed
extra
to be
U.
broker, but we're too
Yeah.
lazy to say it that way.
Okay, so I was right then, actually, broker.
Broker. I think there are some brokers in California too.
Oh, I know them.
You do? Oh. I was
Oh,
gonna
I know the
say
brokers. Yeah. Yeah.
they're neighbors. There are neighbors down the
Sure,
street.
the brokers. Yeah. They're like that.
No, I've had so much fun talking to you, and thank you for coming on here and being
Ah,
so brave. You did it.
I
You did it.
did. I was brave.
And this was probably the like live stream that hasn't flawed. Well, one other one, but like this is episode number 27. And
You've
usually,
done this 27 times?
yes, I do. I'm addicted. It's like
No, but I got to be honest, when getting ready to log on, I'm like, does she have a family and dogs and snow to shovel? Like, what is she doing? But
No, this is my me time, and I love it. I love every second of it. So thank you for taking the
Thank
time out of your day. And now you can go enjoy the beach, and I'm going to
you.
enjoy my coldness.
Thank you, my dear, so much. And we're going to be in touch.
Okay, sounds good. Anyone has questions for Carol, reach out to her. I'm going to post her website. So check out those boxes because they sound freaking incredible. I cannot wait to like stalk your website for updates all the time.
Yeah.
All right. I love you and I will chat with you soon. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
What's happening? Can we talk about something real quick before you go on with your evening as planned? It's time to stop chasing. It's time to stop chasing the followers. It's time to stop chasing the big number. It's time to stop just chasing all of it. How about we embrace or chase you? What would it feel like to chase what you want to achieve in a way that feels good to you? What if we instead chased the impact that we want to make? What if instead we chased the message, the power of our story, all of those things instead of things from outside that really don't define who we are one bit? You were put here for a reason. You were put here for a reason, and you have a way that is like no one else to deliver that purpose and that story, that thing that makes you you. That's what we want to chase. That's what keeps you motivated. That's when you find time to do the things that you want to do and you see the results because of it. So if you have questions or would like more information on how to work with me so that you can tap into your thing, please reach out to me. I am here for you. I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode of The Pineapple Experience.